Another day, another regular season to sim through with the San Jose Sharks. All eyes, of course, still being on the postseason. That's not to say that we're overlooking the regular season, but obviously we have higher aspirations than yet another division title. A little bit of a talking point heading into this episode was, I guess, really who stays and who goes. How exactly do we set up this team? And after putting a bit of thought of it, a little bit of thought into it, here's what we're going to go with to start this season. And it might not be exactly what you thought it may be. Allow me to explain. The top line staying as is makes all the sense in the world. They absolutely dominated. I mean, God, David Pastrnak had 70 assists last year, I believe. 70 on the dot. So, yeah, that's going to stay the same. We've moved Dylan Gambrell over to center because he has a slightly higher rating than Logan Couture. Cole Sillinger is back on that second line. We'll see how he can do now that he's improved. The third line sees the addition of Connor Ellison and Jean-Luc Foudy, and the fourth line remains the same as it was last year with Chmelevski, Gregor, and True. Now, the reason for you seeing less of our youth is simple. It's a roll 3-line ice time allocation. There's really no reason to run prospects that we want to get ice time on the fourth line at the NHL level. They're just not going to get the time that they need. So that leaves us with the top 9. And obviously, 6 of those spots are secured. Most of them are. There's really not much we can do there. So yeah, we are stuck with Leonard, Chekovich, and Blichfeld kind of being on the outside looking in. They are very good options on very cheap deals, but obviously we're prioritizing the development of the likes of Foudy and Ellison. A talking point as well was Logan Couture's age, which is certainly a factor. Yes, this offseason we could have gone out, gotten Austin Matthews, traded Couture. Some people would have liked it. Quite a few people would have hated it because I'm messing with the chemistry again. And, it's just... Then again, you factor in that my loyalty to the likes of Brent Burns, Joe Thornton, Patrick Marleau, Joe Pavelski, that didn't exactly pay off earlier. Again, I've been doing this for long enough. I know you can't please everybody. But we stuck with Logan Couture. He's 35, yes. He might be on the downturn, but bringing in someone like Austin Matthews to replace him would have meant that, hey, what's the point of trying to develop some of these other guys, especially considering after the draft that we just had. So you look again down in the AHL, and there are some very good options down there. Heinonen is just kind of, he's the odd man out. Yeah, we could play him on the third line, but I went with the likes of Foudy over him, which I might regret. Again, I was tempted to trade him because that offensive awareness is low enough that it might hinder his ability to score, even though he has a really good shooting category. Heinenen's not the only sacrifice as well. Fratton also isn't going to make the cut despite a pretty damn good shot. So it does kind of suck to have it set up like that. But like I said, there's no point in running those guys on the fourth line. We might as well give them the first line time down in the AHL. Although with Fratton, he's actually back in junior. So it's Heinonen, Chekovich, and Hervinen on the top line in the AHL. We're also focusing on Mason Perreault. And then, of course, there's the mix of the veterans. So again, if people underperform, we have options as far as trades, call-ups, send-downs, whatever we need to do. Defensively, unfortunately, a lot of the current guys don't work out too well, but Hanifin, Karlsson, Nurse, Clefbaum, still decent. No boosts there, but Houston and Bennon, while some people were concerned, they each have a +3, so they are at the very least usable, as we try to see if this is indeed the best way to get them to develop as opposed to playing them in the AHL. Gustafsson, of course, is our goaltender. Playoff-wise, I'm sorry, he's, him not getting the results we needed him to and not putting up the numbers we needed him to are the biggest reason why we lost, which, hilariously enough, we bring back Martin Jones, who had done pretty well last year. And then, of course, Coleman, Heed, and Eliasson are there as healthy scratches if need be. Down in the AHL, Ty Foligno is the only defenseman that we're really worried about. He'll be next to Eric Branson. That shouldn't cripple him too much. Vyacheslav Alexiev and Joaquin Tavares, the goaltenders in the AHL. We're set up for success again. Of course we are. It's almost impossible with the rebuild that we had, how quickly it turned around, all the assets that we brought in, the draft picks that we brought in, the talent that we brought in with those draft picks. It's almost impossible for us to be a bad team. Like, that's just not going to happen. It's just, can we continue to develop players? Or I say continue. We haven't really graduated that many players to the roster. Can we get these players to develop to replace guys like Couture who are on the way down? Can some of these veterans, that friggin' trade, if I see Cody Ceci traded for one more first-round pick this year, I think I'm going to lose it. Good God, man. It's a low-end, top-4 defenseman getting dealt for a first. Like, just no. No. Anyway, all the pressure is on us, once we get to the playoffs. We should be a playoff team. It's not really a big concern. It's just, what are the combinations that are going to get us there? Who are the players that are going to get us there? I mean, again, you look at those grades. We are a pretty damn good team, to say the least. But it's time to see who will be, who should be, who won't be a part of the team that most certainly makes the postseason this April. And if by somehow, some way, we're not a playoff team, then I think I give up. Just flat out. If we're not a playoff team, if this team isn't good enough to make the playoffs, let alone find success in the playoffs, then I'm just at a loss. As Eric Goodbranson goes down to injury down in the AHL, which is what it is. So pick up a big 7-3 victory against Nashville. Not the best start to a season we've ever had. Tavares goes down to injury for the Barracuda as well. I'm not too worried about getting Goodbranson back in there. We have plenty of low-end NHL talent playing for us in the AHL on the defensive side of things. So we sit at 7-4-0. We are going to quickly sim through the month of November as well. Not going to be doing too much tinkering as of yet. We're going to give these lines a little bit of a chance. And again, what happens in the playoffs if guys who performed in the regular season underperform? Time will tell. Time will tell. Because again, I stand by it. We have enough talent that it's like, okay, if you're not getting it done, next man up. Hasn't worked for us yet. Then again, sticking with certain line combos hasn't really worked for us either, has it? You haven't done that. We have. We did, and we have. I trusted Brent Burns for 3 or 4 seasons before saying, okay, I've had enough of you. We absolutely have. Anyway, right now we're sitting in the wild card spot, but we are dealing with a mountain of injuries. Just everywhere. People are spontaneously combusting in the Sharks locker room, apparently. Thankfully, though, we still have a winning record, but we're a little bit off the pace of being the top team in the division. So 14-9-1 by a little bit off the pace. We're 2 points off the pace. 3 teams tied at 31 points apiece atop the division. I care more so about the points right now. We are listed as champions. Team Almayer leading this team in points with, I believe it was 30 on the dot. It is 30 points in 24 games. You have Tomas Hertl. 23 points in 24 is not bad. I want a slightly better pace from him. And David Pastrnak, not quite doing as well as he was last year, which is concerning. 19 points for Couture. Dylan Gambrell is still doing so incredibly well for us. And Cole Sillinger is ready. He wasn't ready last year. He has 16 points in 24 games. Very good. Cole Perfetti, 12 points. Not bad. Only 7 points for Connor Ellison. That's going to be a little bit of a concern, I would say. And, okay, so Foodie and Ellison not exactly doing all that well so far. And again, when we have, even Heinonen, but when we have Chekovich, Blichfeld, who we know can do well for us at the NHL level, it's how long of a leash do they have? And then again, the fourth line, point total-wise, Alex True's not quite there. Gregor is continuing to do well. He's too good for the fourth line. He's the perfect fourth liner for us from an offensive standpoint. Chmelevski's not doing that well either. So I'm a little bit concerned about the bottom 6. And yes, you could factor in, hell, even throw in veterans like Roussel if we really wanted to. And then defensively, Tim Heed's played a little bit, but he's played very well next to Erik Karlsson, who has 17 points on the year. Darnell Nurse's penalty minutes are a bit of a concern. They were concerning in the playoffs. Matthew Bonine not doing all that well. And then goaltending-wise, a .901 for Gustafsson, but a .916 for Martin Jones. Go figure. We're a fourth of the way through the season, a little bit over that. Let's see what we can do here through December. Hopefully we can stay relatively healthy. That would be great. And hopefully we can continue to win us some hockey games. I do not want Mikhail Bodker. Thank you very much. I will pass on. I can't even call that an opportunity. We get shelled by the Rangers, 9-2. Bounce back with a win against Edmonton. So 4 wins on the month thus far. Back-to-back. Win both games, including a 7-0 win over the Columbus Blue Jackets. So very good stuff there. Maybe the offense is stepping up as we need it to. 4 points and a +4 in 12 games for Tim Heed. Not bad. But Noah Hannafin will be added back in. He'll be back on that top pairing with EK. We lose to Philly, just our second loss of the month. Make it our third as we lose to Carolina. Win against Buffalo. We're currently in second. We have games at hand as well. And after winning both, we are on top of the Pacific. Wins here would keep us there. Can we beat LA and Arizona? We beat the Kings. Can we beat the Yotes? Yes, we do. So, as of January 1st, surprise, surprise, we're atop the Pacific Division. That's been our home for the past 6 seasons. I mean, 2 games at hand, 3 points clear of the Oilers. It's a pretty damn good place to be as we are just shy of the halfway point in this season. As Timo Meier, I said I wanted him to pick up the pace a little bit. He's done that. He has 56 points in 39 games, 19 of them on the power play, which bodes very well for our power play percentage. Tomas Hertl with 41 points in 39 games, 12 of them on the power play, and David Pastrnak also woke up a bit. He has 49 points in 39 games, 16 of them on the power play, 7 game-winning goals already this season. Logan Couture, 27 points in 39 games, very good. Dylan Gambrell, man, 33 points. He's killing it this season. And Cole Sillinger's still hanging in there, 22 points in 39 games, not exactly out of place. Perfetti, 19 points, very good. Not too concerned about a -4 over the course of 39 games. If this was the playoffs and he had like 1 assist and a -4, yeah, I'd probably scratch him. Connor Ellison, 18 points, 11 goals. He's picked it up a bit, okay. And Jean-Luc Foudy with 16 points, okay. So, I mean, defensively, some concerns, a little bit, mainly with Foudy, but they're getting better. And then Alex True, not bad. Noah Gregor's doing very well. We're looking good. We're looking good. See, if you stick with it, good things happen. Just giving you a hard time. Noah Hannafin doing very well next to Erik Karlsson, who won't hit 90 points this year, but that's okay. Darnell Nurse doing well, but again, I'm really worried about those penalty minutes. Oscar Klefbom looking all right. Third pairing's a little bit rough, but it's nothing overly detrimental. Jones' save percentage has dropped. Gustafsson up to a .909. Again, we are paying Martin Jones a decent amount of money to be here. He's only played 9 games. I need to see better numbers than that, or we're going to be going. You know what? We've seen what he can do. I'm going to run Jesper Eliasson as the backup goaltender for this next month, maybe 2. And we're going to see who put up better numbers. And whoever was the weaker of the 2 is getting dealt before the deadline. Pretty straightforward, pretty ruthless. But I will do what I have to do in terms of finding out which one of them is going to be the most reliable backup. If, heaven forbid, Henrik Gustafsson isn't good enough come playoff time yet again. Of course, it was his rookie year last year, so you can only blame him so much. But, yeah, he's got a chip on his shoulder this season. He has to prove something. Heinonen is a 79. Penalty minutes maybe also a concern about him. Hervinen up to a 72, as is Mason Perreault. We'll continue to try and keep an eye on the AHL, something I haven't done incredibly well throughout the course of this series. So let's see what January has to offer for us. 3 straight wins to start is a pretty good way to go. Make it 4 in a row. At least in this month, we're on a pretty damn good point streak that ends against Anaheim, but we bounce back with a win against the Canucks. 31 wins now in the season, make it 32. 6 points clear atop the division. None of this is surprising. We have been a regular season juggernaut throughout the entire duration of this series thus far. This is not surprising in the slightest. If anything, it's just deja vu. This series has turned into goddamn Groundhog Day. We are 6 points clear with a game at hand on the Vancouver Canucks, 7 points clear with 2 games at hand on the Oilers. It's a very competitive division between the top 4 teams. Vegas is trying to hang in there. I think we're good to keep simming. This won't have to be the longest episode in the world. We're going to sim pretty much up to the deadline. Now, here's the thing. I don't really feel like we have to add. I don't, because how many times have we added at the deadline and it just hasn't happened? I think for me, Erik Gustafsson underperforming in the playoffs after doing so well in the regular season was just the straw that broke the camel's back for me. I don't want... Well, that doesn't help either. But I don't want to give up assets just to bring in somebody who's probably going to disappear in the playoffs again. Because it's happened time and time again. Ryan Donato, Erik Gustafsson, it's a pain. So, hey, if someone gets traded over the next 2 weeks that might have been an addition to the team, sorry. Yeah, maybe I should have risked it. Like Justin Schultz going to Nashville. Maybe we should have risked it. Colin Miller to Columbus. But just how much would they have helped? I don't know. The other additions that we've picked up over the last few years, like I said, haven't really helped all that much. So I can't say that I am too concerned. Let's keep going. Less than 2 weeks out from the deadline. Still in first place. A lot of defensemen on the move. Nick Hague turned into a beast. Thomas Harley, not so much. Former rebuilding Hockeytown legend is on the move. And there are a lot of deals going down involving a lot of defensemen. So if you're the one, right, if you wanted me to trade for a defenseman because you thought Houston and Benin aren't good enough, well, then you're pretty pissed off at me right about now. As Tomas Hertl goes down for about a month. As Chikrin is also moved, we're obviously going to have to make a move on that top line. But right now, this team is just absolutely killing it. We're going to win 50 games easily. Easily. It's just who plays on that top line rather than Blake Coleman. And I think the answer is rather obvious. We'll probably go with a younger option who can get a chance to shine. Again, we know what Chekovich can do. We know what Leonard can do. We know what Blichfeld can do. Let's see what Heinonen can do. He's going to be the call-up. And we're going to find out just how close to ready you are. Because if you're not, then the big 3 that are down in the AHL that should be third-liners for us this year will be getting the opportunity come playoff time if they are needed. So what we are going to do... what are we going to do? Because Heinonen is a pretty good power forward. Could be a sniper. What do we want to do here? You know what? He's going to get a chance. He's going to get a big-time chance. Might be a bit too much, but if I leave him... I'm going to have to change him as to a sniper, more than likely. The only other option, I guess, would be... Well, we could put Logan Couture there. Put Logan Couture there. Heinonen on the wing. Probably going to want Heinonen to be a sniper anyway. Or we change Dylan Gambrell to a sniper, even though he's done very well as a power forward. Or we just leave it. Because at the end of the day, there's still good chem. And that's what we're going to do. So Heinenen's going to be with Gambrell and Sillinger. And we'll have some time on the top power play unit too. So, yeah, big opportunity for him. Big opportunity. He is playing with some top dogs. And we're going to see if he's ready to hang and be an option for us. And again, if he's not, there are the more established players there that I will gladly have, take his spot and, or at least take that spot if there were to be injuries. I don't plan on making any trades. I don't. I'm going to trust this defense. Younger players and all. Worst case scenario, we have a bunch of fringe NHLers, which I know isn't the best safety net in the world, but like I said, having picked up people before and had it not work out in terms of them performing in the playoffs, as Heinonen gets roughed up for a couple of games, just with the moves we've made before, I don't really feel like giving up assets right now. I'm going to stick with what I got. We're going to stick with this team that, again, is going to win 50 games in their goddamn sleep. And we're going to see, again, come playoff time. Can they hang? Is this the right roster for the job? Not a bad 2 first games for Heinonen, but he was without a point as we get crushed by LA. We beat Vancouver convincingly, which is always nice after what they did to us last year. And overall, still looking good. We've already clinched a playoff spot. You knew we would, as Tomas Hertl is back. So Heinonen missed a bit of an opportunity due to an injury of his own. Let's see, point total-wise, 1 point in 7 games. I think if there is an injury, I will be calling upon somebody else other than Heinonen this year. I think we go ahead and rely on, again, one of the more established guys who should probably be NHLers this year. They're way too good to be having down in the AHL, but rather than trading them, they provide ridiculous depth, which is fine because we don't really need the assets now, do we? So, big moment here, as again, we're going to be rocking with Heinonen as kind of the leader in the AHL. I mean, he'll spend the rest of the year there, kind of similar to what we had to do with Cole Sillinger. He just wasn't ready. We sunned him down for the rest of the year. We'll see what he's got next year. Okay. So one of two things just happened. Either he was 100% healthy. Now, I know the icon was there saying he wasn't healthy, right? Either he was 100% healthy and got hurt again, or this game is annoying because I have it set to only tell me when a player is ready to return, if they're 100%. So while Hertl still showed up as injured, he should have been healthy by the time we played our next game. And now there's a chance he's not going to be 100% for the playoffs. I think you can understand my frustrations on that. So there's a very good chance. Dylan Gambrell's a fucking 88 right now. Jesus Christ. There's a good chance we're going to be without Tomas Hertl in the first round. And if we are, I think we're in a tad bit of trouble. Between the three of you, Blichfeld's killing it. Chikovic is killing it. Leonard has 29 goddamn goals. That's a tough call. Honestly, that's a tough call for me. I don't know who I'm leaning towards. The extra goal scoring of John Leonard's pretty nice. I'm gonna go with Blichfeld because he was the best of the three to begin with. So Blichfeld's coming in. We are gonna put. Oh boy, what are we gonna do here? We're gonna put Blichfeld on the second line wing spot. We are gonna put Logan Couture in. Well, nah, we're just gonna put Couture in on the top line because we know he's a good chem fit. Yeah, we know he's a good chem fit. And then we'll keep Gambrell there. Yeah, that's the better way to go. And I mean, Gambrell still has some pretty good time. So this is just outright Blichfeld's spot to lose. He has until the end of the season to prove that he is the right guy for that spot. Otherwise, Chikovic and Leonard will be getting the opportunity now that we see an injury to one of our top players in what is, in my opinion, a complete BS fashion. That's the only way to put it. That is the only way to put it. So here, let's see if I'm wrong. Let's see if I'm wrong. Oh, I actually don't. That's not this one. No, it is. Yeah, injury warning return. Fully healed. It's not supposed to be telling me that he's available unless he's fully healed. So it's either he came back and got hurt, or this game's outrageous because, again, it shouldn't be telling me he's even an option unless he's fully healed. He should have been fully healed by the time he played. So either we have extremely bad luck, or the game's mechanic wasn't working properly. I'm not sure which. I'll just be honest. So let's go ahead. We have a handful of games left in this month. We're already on 52 wins. We'll see how we get on without Tomas Hertl. I mean, he's back before the start of the playoffs, but Jesus Christ, Henrik Gustafsson goes down to injury. Frustrating. I mean, we've already clinched the division title. We've clinched the President's Trophy, I'm assuming. We've at least clinched the conference, which isn't surprising. Of course, this team is good enough to do that. Eliasson, I think, just stole the backup job away from Martin Jones. We're going to see if he gets another start or two. We'll put Gustafsson back in, but I think Eliasson just stole that backup job just in case we do need him. So 113 points thus far, 56 wins. We are, without a doubt, the best team in the league. Yeah, we're the best team in the league. President's Trophy secured. We're going back. I'm so tempted to mess with the lines just to try and shield people, but I don't even think it'll matter. We play Calgary, looking for win number 57, and we get it in a shootout. We play the Arizona Coyotes, bad team on a hot streak. That is so fucking annoying. What is with this bad luck right now, man? How is Blichfeld doing? He had 4 points in 8 games, but a -3. All right. Who gets the call up over Blichfeld? It's going to be John Leonard and Chekovich. It's going to be John Leonard. I mean, the 33 goals. Next man up. Next man up. John Leonard is going to be getting a pretty damn good opportunity. We could bump him down a line if we choose to. But for the moment, he's going to be getting a pretty damn good chance. I don't even know who the hell I want to play on this freaking power play unit. It doesn't even matter. If I can put Matt Benin there, I don't really give a shit right now. Oh my god. Replace player in all lines. Oh, did you want to replace him in 3-on-3? Yeah, I did, actually. Funny enough, I did want to replace him in 3-on-3. I know that's tough to believe when you say all, that I literally mean all, but you know, it's cool. Don't worry about it. I love taking extra time to edit lines for no reason, even here. Yep, no, you gotta fix 3-on-3. We can't have it replace the dude, even though you replaced the dude. You gotta do the other thing, dude. You gotta hit the buttons, dude. Put Petrovich on the 3-on-3. Who gives a shit? Dude. Anyway, that's set up. Good to know. Did we beat the Yotes? We did not, because whenever the hell you get an injury, you always lose the game. Anybody else notice that, or is that just me? That brings us to our final game of the season against the Nashville Predators. Right now, we will be playing either the Edmonton Oilers or the Edmonton Oilers in the first round. That's already confirmed. He'll be back. But Jesus Christ, on Easter Sunday, this game right now. Holy hell. Holy hell. That caps off our 6th straight year of winning the Pacific Division. We've won the President's Trophy. We are the best goddamn team in hockey. Again. Will it mean anything? I don't know. Honestly, probably not. Probably not. Probably not. You know, 1, 2, 3 years of the best team not winning? Sure. We're going on 6 years of a division title winner not winning shit. I mean, hey, I get it. San Jose hasn't won a damn thing. And I'm sorry, Sharks fans, but, you know, when the hell are we going to catch a goddamn break? That is the question. Goals for per game, we were 7th in the league at a 3.43. Goals against per game, the lowest in the league. So for anyone who thought our defense wasn't strong enough because of that third pairing, there you go. Although anytime something goes well for us, some people will just be like, oh, it was RNG, defense still needs work. So I look forward to your comments. I love you guys the most. Our power play was at 23%, not high up there, but still solid. Of course, due to the injuries, I'm not really surprised. Our penalty kill was mid-table. And in terms of the individual point leaders, Timo Meier broke 100 points. He was the only one to do so on this team. 103 points in a full season with 41 goals. You had David Pastrnak hit 98 points, 34 goals. Dylan Gambrell with a beautiful 69 points, 68 in 62 games. For Tomas Hertl, he did hit 30 goals. 53 points for Logan Couture. 47 for Cole Sillinger, 41 for Perfetti, Foudy with 33, Ellison with 32, so very happy with that third line. Noah Gregor, phenomenal fourth liner. Alex True is solid. Chmelevski, still fine. Then again, Blichfeld did okay. Leonard did not play much, and Coleman didn't do much either when he was our healthy scratch. Erik Karlsson hit 81 points. Absolute monster. Nurse did really well. Clefbaum was okay. Hannafin was okay. And again, Benning and Houston, clearly our weakest D pairing, but hey, it was good enough to still see us win the President's Trophy. Henrik Gustafsson, if he's healthy, he's our guy. But I do think Eliasson is the second choice option over Martin Jones. So if someone has to start game one who's not named Gustafsson, look for him to be that. As Timo Meier was the only guy to break the 100-point barrier this season. In terms of the goal-scoring king, it was Patrick Laine. Keith Pritchett was also up there. And defensively, Erik Karlsson leads the way, the only 80-point defenseman, 26 goals. And goalie-wise, the winningest was Henrik Gustafsson, the shutout king, Gustafsson, and a 36-year-old Varlamov. And in terms of the save percentage, there's a decent chance Carter Hart has stolen away the Vezina, unfortunately. For the rookies, top rookie is Brennan Othmann in Columbus with 63 points. So let's get the confirmation. We already know what the deal is. It's going to be Edmonton in the first round. We have made it out of the first round once in 5 seasons. There is no reason for us to not steamroll this team. They're barely a playoff team. They've won 2 in their last 10. If we lose this, I mean, just what do you want from me if we lose this?